Good morning. I'm Pastor John Martin here in Crossett, Arkansas, and I was asked to tell my story of June 17th, 2018, rather. And it started out as a normal day. Everything was just like always. Got up early, was praying, reading. It was on a Sunday morning. As I said, I'm a pastor, and so I was just trying to get around and get ready for church, get everything together, get down there and unlock doors and get ready for music practice and so on and so forth. And felt good, or felt normal, just my normal at that time. Got dressed, got in the van, was taking the van. We had just bought a new van for our church, and so I was taking it to show everybody. And somewhere between the house and the church, I started having I wouldn't say a shooting pain, but something was going on, and I knew in myself something wasn't right. But being the pastor, I went on to the church and started trying to get ready. I walked in. My daughter in the music group was up singing. Immediately when my daughter saw me, she said, "Dad, something's not right with you." And I knew, that I felt that something wasn't right, but I wasn't sure exactly what it was. So we milled around there for a few minutes, and I just felt like I would get better. Maybe it was anxiety on preaching or just what. But then I decided that I wasn't feeling any better. I was getting worse. I started sweating profusely. It was obvious something was not right. So my son-in-law brought me here to ACMC. Another reason I was afraid not to come was because as a pastor, I knew I was supposed to preach, but I didn't want to get here and it'd take a long time or whatever. And in my mind, I was making excuses for not coming, basically. But man, when I got here, I had no more sit down until they got me and rushed me in the back and started working on me. And I had been here probably about 10 minutes when I realized that they were showing me a lot of attention. And so then I realized how serious it was. I asked one of the nurses, "Are y'all afraid I'm going to have a heart attack?" And she told me, "Mr. Martin, you're in the middle of a massive heart attack right now." Well, then everything got more serious for me even. But I can honestly say it was by far the most professional doctor appointment or anything like that I'd ever had. They were very professional. The nurses all took care of me. I don't know that this would matter to anybody, but one thing that really impressed me is I had a motorcycle wreck years ago. This arm's atrophied, and I don't ever use my right arm anymore. And that day, not only did they start IVs in my good arm, but for the first time in over 30 years, that nurse found a vein in my bad arm, the first time, and put an IV in that. That's the first time in 30 years that arm had ever had an IV in it. And the nurse was very professional, hit it first time. It was really, after looking back at it, it was a very good experience. And I can't say enough about the ER here at ACMC. They literally, and you'll hear me say this more than once, but they literally saved my life. I left here, was flown to Heart Hospital in Little Rock, the helicopter there, and they told me when I got there, if I hadn't got the kind of service I got here at ACMC, I wouldn't have lived long enough to have made it to the Heart Hospital. So I am very thankful. I want to vary off of the script a little here and say how much I appreciate our little hometown hospital. I've lived in several small towns, and it is invariably the mindset and the way people talk about small town hospitals. It's everywhere, and I hate that because this is our first line of defense against any kind of medical problem. I'm telling you, I could not have got better service if I'd been in Dallas or Chicago or Little Rock, because ACMC saved my life. And I know our nurses and doctors here don't get enough praise. I understand that. I really do. All they do is get talked about and run down and blah, 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 blah. But I'm telling you, they're the unsung heroes of our town. And I really, really appreciate them. I had to end up getting a stent in the bottom half of my heart. The bottom half of my heart was not working. And if it hadn't been for the clot busters that they put in me here, the nitroglycerin that they'd given me, and the superb care, they literally saved my life. I'm sad to say I can't remember the names of the people that were there. I was a little occupied. But Literally, they saved my life. And if it hadn't been for them, I wouldn't be here now. I got to go back to preaching a month, exactly 4 weeks after I had my heart attack. And the biggest reason for that was because of the service that I got while I was here. And there's just no question in my mind. Again, I apologize for the people that feel like we've got a bad deal here, because I'm telling you, the lives that are saved here at ACMC are remarkable. And there's no question about that. It's not only the ER, it's all the doctors, all the nurses, all the people that are involved in helping this thing run every day. They are by far the most unsung heroes that we have in our community. And I want to say thank you so much for what you've not only done for me, but for those that maybe haven't got to tell you. I want you to know how much I appreciate you, and thank you for everything you do. If I could give you any word of advice, I would say get checkups. Always get checkups. Don't ever think you're too young. It couldn't happen to you. There's no history of that in your family. It happens to everybody. I felt normal when I got up that morning, and before the day was out, I'd had a massive heart attack and was in Little Rock in the heart hospital. So, but again, the only reason I made it to the heart hospital was because of Ashley County Medical Center. And I really, really appreciate each and every one of you. May the Lord richly bless you.